Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. It's Friday, September the 9th. And like every Friday, I'm joined by that handsome gentleman on the other side of me, Mr. Jesse Schule, the Iceman from jesseschule.com. Jesse, how goes it, my friend?
Well, Ross, it's football season. Got off to a winning start last night with Buffalo. Pumped and ready for Sunday.
Yeah. How about my Buffalo Bills, huh? Those of you who've been following me for a while know I'm a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I have been since I've been a little boy. So I stay away from all Buffalo Bills games, Jesse, because I don't know if I'm betting with my head or my heart. So I never want to get my heart involved in any pick I make when it comes for my clients and myself. I do this on a professional basis, pride myself on being objective. But Jesse, I can't just seem to be objective when I assess them, But I told you last year I thought they'd make the Super Bowl, and a little bit of a fluke, the 13 seconds there that Kansas City was able to tie the game. It was painful even for me to mention. But look, I mean, they looked awfully good last night. But your impressions, because it's hard for me to assess everything objectively. But to me, the Rams don't look anywhere near what they were a year ago. And they're certainly missing that additional receiver above and beyond Cooper Kupp, who's one of the best. And Matthew Stafford, to me, looked a little bit vulnerable with that offensive line last night.
No surprise, Ross. It was really easy for me to make that call with Buffalo because I did write the season win projections for all the teams, and I was really down on LA, projecting the Super Bowl hangover. It's hard to see them getting up for games the way they did last year. I mean, there's a bunch of older guys. Aaron Donald almost retired. Cooper Kupp is a fantastic receiver, but can he be as good as he was last season every year? Very few guys can have those kind of years back to back to back. So seeing
Yeah.
the guy do it one time doesn't necessarily mean he can continue to do it every year.
Yeah, well, he was the bright light for them last night because nobody else did much of anything to speak of. I mean, Cooper Kupp, I believe, had 11 catches, went over 100 yards, and scored their only touchdown. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could go into the game like Buffalo did and said, "Hey, we're not going to double this guy. We're just not going to let anybody else beat us." And it worked to perfection. 7 sacks. Their offensive line, who lost a couple of players to retirement and free agency, certainly didn't hold up against that Buffalo front. 7 sacks. So, and how about last week, Jesse? I understand you're doing pretty well to start the college football season.
Well, as my record stands at jesseschule.com and sportscapping.com, 5-1 start to college football, but that comes with a caveat because depending on which line you would have got and where you
Yeah.
would have got it, you know what? 5-1, Ross, and probably 4 of those games could have gone either way depending on which line you got. A lot of them came right down to the wire by a
Yeah.
half a point or so.
That's when things are going good. Those are the games that go your way. When they're not, uh, the results. It's just the way it is in sports betting. I always say, man, you create your own luck by hard work, So, and you're a perfect example of that. I mean, some people might say you're lucky. I would say that he works hard at his craft. And when you do that, luck will more times be on your side than not. Now, I'm not saying Jesse's lucky because if you look at his overall resume, folks, the guy wins and he wins on a consistent basis. And again, you could find him at jesseschule.com. You could find me at rbwins.com. Started a college football season 4-2. Going back to last year, 40-28 run in college football, which just is a shade under 60%, somewhere around 59.7%. So we're both off to good college football starts. I have one game up for tonight. That's Friday evening. We're taping on Friday. Central Florida and Louisville game. I have 6 on the board on Saturday, Jesse, including my top play in the Tennessee Vols and Pittsburgh Panthers game that goes at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. What do you got on tap for the weekend, Jess?
I haven't completely filled my card up yet. I believe I got 4 college games and 4 NFL games already posted. And I've got a couple more in mind that I'm looking at adding. And that one you just mentioned is one I got my eye on. I got a sneaking suspicion we might agree to disagree on that one, but we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, we'll save that till when we get off the air. I'm curious.
Next Friday. Next
Yes.
Friday.
All right. Anyway, we're talking NFL today. Jesse's going to be covering the Kansas City and Arizona game, an intriguing matchup, I must say. And I'll be looking at the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins AFC matchup, AFC East, matchup. And boy, oh boy, we've been knocking it dead on this channel, Jesse, over the last 2 weeks with all the handicappers, including yourself and myself. So let's keep her going. What do you got on this Kansas City, Arizona game, buddy?
Well, Ross, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I got to give them credit. They did win a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has lit up the league since he came into the league. I've always felt that they've been a little fortunate. I've felt that they've gotten a little lucky at times. One game that you probably don't want to hear me mention again was I had Buffalo, as you did, in playoffs last year,
Yeah.
and the way that game ended. But the thing is, that wasn't an isolated incident for the Chiefs. If you remember, when they won the Super Bowl, they were trailing by double digits in the fourth quarter. And I'm saying to myself, if the 49ers just run the ball, their odds of winning this game is tremendous. And what do? Come out throwing Jimmy G interception. And I mean, the Chiefs win games like that. And it makes me think, is this team really as good as they're cracked up to be? But as Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friends, because I like the Chiefs this week. As much as I'm not a Chiefs fan, as much as I think they might taper off a little bit, they still have Patrick Mahomes. They still got a ton of weapons. They still got Andy Reid. And the team that they're facing in Arizona has problems, has a lot of problems. We'll start on the offensive line. Pro Football Focus had their offensive line ranked 25th in the NFL. And they made mention to the fact that all of their offensive line starters are over the age of 30 on the downside of their careers. And then you look at their injury report, and you got one of their guards, Pugh, is on the injury report. You got tight end Zach Ertz. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins is suspended. J.J. Watt's questionable. Linebacker Golden is questionable. Some of those guys will probably end up playing, maybe not being 100%, but that does not bode well. And then you've got the quarterback matchup. Like I said about Patrick Mahomes, he does get lucky at times, but like you said about me, when a guy does it every week in, week out, you can't really call it luck, can you?
No.
Kyler Murray, on the other hand, the coaching staff and the organization had put a homework clause in his contract, and it was much talked about over the summer. And it reminded me of Jamarcus Russell. I don't know if you're familiar with the Jamarcus Russell story, Ross. Giving him blank tapes, telling him to go home and watch game film, and then asking him, "Oh, did you watch the game film?" "Oh yeah," but it was nothing but blank tapes, and he got busted by doing that. And then you got the coaching matchup: Cliff Kingsbury against Andy Reid. I'm going to take Andy Reid all day long. And Arizona 0-5 against the spread, their last 5 home games. Now, I do have a policy, Ross. When the line opens at -3 and it goes to -5.5 or -6, I can't touch that. I can't be on the wrong side of that line movement. But I'll give you a hint. I play all my games early in the week so that I can get ahead of that line movement. And I just might have a play on this game.
Okay, so no free play from Jesse Schule on that, but you can get that play at jesseschule.com, jesseschule.com. Again, you got the viewers on pins and needles on the edge of their seat, and then you throw that at us. Boy, oh boy.
There's no secret I got the Chiefs, but
okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
You want to get it. You want to get in early and get that opening line, and not the -6 that's available now.
Yeah. Well, our policy on the broadcast is we give the current line out, and regardless how it changes after the broadcast, we go with the line we gave out on the show. So Unfortunately,
it's the Chiefs. I
yeah,
mean,
Chiefs
I'm
-6.
going with the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm just saying, me personally,
Yes.
I don't ever want to be on the wrong side of that movement, and
Yeah.
that that might be enough for me to nod
Yeah.
to make it an official play that I would give to my clients after the line.
Understood, Jesse. Understood. So Jesse Schule likes the Kansas City Chiefs. Latest 6 on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. And as he alluded to, he got down early in the week when the Chiefs were -3.5, but we'll grade it at -6, and we'll see where it goes. According to Jesse, it really shouldn't matter, even though he doesn't like that. He doesn't like to side with teams after the fact when the line is moved if he hasn't made a move already. So which he did. So very good, Jesse. I'm going to take a look at the game between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. And, Miami's had New England's number at home in recent seasons. So as a result, you'll see the line movement here went from 3 to 3.5, and also over 60% of the tickets and over 70% of the money has gone on Miami early. To me, I don't know why. I think New England's getting totally disrespected here. I know Miami's made a lot of additions, namely Tyreek Hill, to upgrade the offense. They have a good defense, great secondary. New England, again, anytime you're going to give me points with Belichick, I have to take a second look at it. I'm not saying it's automatic, but in this particular instance, I like the prospects of New England covering this game, because I see this game going right down to the wire. This is a New England team that was a playoff team a season ago at 10-6, although they got romped by Buffalo in the wild card round. Yet not a lot of people liked New England to make the playoffs last year, and again, speaks to the prowess of Bill Belichick's head coaching capability. Miami, on the other hand, a lot of people thought they would take a step forward, and they didn't. They went 9-8. They finished the year strong. Brian Flores, their head coach, was fired, and the new head coach, Mike McDaniels, a lot of high accolades for him and his resume, but he's still a brand new head coach, and it's a new coaching staff. And Miami, let's look at it this way. I have a little bit of a betting angle here that I want to share with you guys. Anytime you have a division underdog of 4.5 or less that's playing in their opening game, and they won 5 or more games the year before. So again, anytime you have a division underdog of 4.5 or less playing in their opening game, and they won 5 games or more last year, well, this qualifies for New England. Those division dogs have gone 23-6 against the spread. And not only have they covered 23 of 29, they also won 21 of those games straight up. And that's all since 2015. So that's a recent betting angle. It's not a trend, folks. And be aware of the fact there's a big difference between a betting angle and a trend. A trend deals with a specific team. A betting angle deals with all teams in a specific situation. And this is a specific situation as it gets. So I'm going to take the New England Patriots plus the 3.5 against Miami. And Jesse Schule, he's on the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 6 over the Arizona Cardinals. Jesse, I hope you have a great weekend. And thank you for joining us once again, and look forward to having you back again next week.
Yeah, looking forward to next Friday, Ross. Thanks a lot.
All right, knock 'em dead this weekend, my friend. For Jesse Schule and Ross Benjamin, we like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Thank you for viewing. Good luck and God bless, folks.